Alright folks, we're back. It's your boy Eric.
And Mark.
Today is the 4th of December, the year of our Lord, 2019. 3 reviews down, several more to go. Today we'll be sampling a brand that many of you are probably familiar with, known as Stewart's. Established in 1924. It's served individually in packages like this. There's also a chain of Stewart's brand fast food restaurants. So it's definitely a focal point in the root beer community. Mark, can you provide any other details about their history?
So Stewart's was started in 1924. As Eric mentioned, it was a restaurant chain, and Stewart's root beer was actually named the top root beer in the 2006 World Cup of Root Beer. So I didn't even know they had that, but that's pretty cool.
So first of all, I want to know how you qualify for the World Cup of Root Beer. And by the time we're done with 24 of these reviews, by the time we hit Christmas Day, we should get an invite to next year's. I wonder if they're even still doing it.
I couldn't find any information on it, so maybe not.
Well, maybe we'll reestablish it, okay? We'll have such a following, such a fan base, we can make that happen. All right, let's look at the packaging a little bit. Very distinct orange packaging. You know, it stands out on the shelves. That marketing, you know, it really plays to the eye, catches your eye, makes you want to get this package. Something else to mention, compared to the other 3 root beers we've had so far, only 150 calories. You know, what could that mean? Could that hamper the taste? I'm of the opinion before we even drink it, it might be less filling, but more taste. I'm pretty sure that was in a Miller Lite commercial in the 1980s. So before all of our time, but maybe Stewart's is having it at play. What else we got here? Do you have any other comments before we start?
Sugar. I know Eric's gonna appreciate that.
Right. Remember, day one, how anti-cane sugar I was with Ryan's Old Fashioned. Let's see how it plays out here. You know, I'm an open-minded person, so we're gonna give it another shot. See how that affects the taste.
38 grams of sugar per bottle.
I feel like that's on the not so sweet side.
Lower end. So,
you know, let's see how that affects everything. Why don't we dive right in? Nice 12-ounce bottle. Always appreciate coming out of the glass. Of course, we're gonna be taking it out. It's a twist off. But I'm of the mindset if you can use a bottle opener, you're going to use it. So let's get to it. Ooh.
I twisted mine.
All right, different strokes for different folks. As some of you might remember that reference. It's from my one shade in high school who said that. All right, let's check out this pour. Clean smell. Mark with the aggressive pour. The overfizz? Nah, he handled it, folks. No messes here today. We're hanging in. Cloudy fizz. This seems like a type of root beer that would blend perfectly with vanilla ice cream for a root beer float.
It does have a vanilla smell to it.
Vanilla smell. Again, it's on the not so sweet side, so I feel like that would blend well with the vanilla ice cream, the sugar of the ice cream, kind of blending well with this root beer. But that's for another day. Cheers.
Wow.
Smooth. Any initial thoughts? Ooh, I don't like that look you have on your face. What's that all about?
It has a lot of flavor, but not necessarily in the right category.
See, something's really striking me about the aftertaste. It tastes sort of maple syrupy. Maybe that's it probably doesn't say it's made with high fructose corn syrup, but maybe that's some of that caramel flavoring here on the label. If that could be at play. It really tastes like after you take a sip and you swallow it, feels like you're simultaneously eating like a syrup waffle or pancake. Waffle is better than pancakes, by the way, but that's another separate discussion.
Pancakes.
Disagree. I'm actually, you know, I wouldn't expect that kind of taste with root beer, that syrupy taste. But, you know, I kind of like Mark. Mark's not really feeling it, but you know what? I kind of like it. Maybe, again, not what you traditionally expect out of a root beer, but something about that taste. It leaves a good taste in my mouth that, you know, makes you just want to come back for the next sip. That's my thoughts. You have a score?
I don't agree with that. I'm going to have to say 5.9.
Ooh.
It's just...
Mark with the scores.
Doesn't taste very good. It's the flavor is not root beery, and
root beery, folks. That's a word.
So it doesn't strike me as very good.
Listen, folks. It says here on the packaging, Stewart's, a fountain classic, folks. I think this is a classic root beer, and honestly, it's only the 4th day in. I think this is the best one we've sampled so far. So you see, the brothers are kind of dividing right here. This contrast, it's interesting to see it at play. Maybe as this kid ages, to develop a more refined palate to better appreciate this. Folks, we're breaking into newfound territory in my score so far. We're going 7-1. Yeah, you heard me. We're into the 7s. Who would have thunk it? Stewart's setting the bar so far now as far as it's concerned for my root beer taste. We'll see where we go from here.
Also setting the bar for me, but on the lower end of the spectrum.
Teach his own, as the saying goes. 4 days in, ways to go. Any last thoughts?
Shouts to Ninja.
That it?
Yep.
Folks, we're recording this right before tip-off. My Boilermakers. Holy huge rematch of the Elite
channel.
That's like PG-13. We'll take that. That, you know, that would be able to go on the, what's that new Disney streaming service called? Disney Plus. They allow PG-13 content. I'm pretty sure it is PG-13. So it could be on Disney Plus. So it can be on our channel.
I'm censoring that.
Well, they're going to think I said something different then. That's besides the point. Elite 8 rematch of last year when Virginia broke our hearts. Our hearts, even though I didn't go to Purdue. Purdue fans' hearts in overtime. I'm going to watch the game right after this as we're editing. Let's hope we can get that win, baby. Boil up, hammer down. See you tomorrow.